10th, 1925, nearly 100 people packed into a hot courtroom to witness what will forever be known as the Scopes monkey trial. This trial is known as the trial of the century and as the court case that enabled teachers to teach evolution after law that was put in place said otherwise. However, many don't know that it was not until 1967 when teachers were able to teach evolution again. Prior to the Scopes trial, a religious movement called fundamentalism started around 1910. Fundamentalists have a very strict view of the Bible. The fundamentalists believed that the new science and technology of this time were challenging these beliefs, so they convinced the state legislature to enforce a teaching law, banning the teaching of evolution in Tennessee. The fundamentalists pushed a teaching law in Kentucky, Arkansas, and Mississippi too. One leading figure of the fundamentalism movement was William Jennings Bryan, who would later play a large role in the Scopes trial. With teaching laws showing up in many states, it gained the attention of the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU. The law in Tennessee was called the Butler Law, which banned teaching Darwin's theory in school and college too. The ACLU, founded in 1917, was an organization that defended basic human rights. The ACLU wanted to deny the constitutionality of the Butler Law, so they said that they would defend anyone who would test the law. This caught the attention of John T. Scopes, a young high school biology teacher, and they convinced him to break the law. He was arrested on May 7, 1925. It was nearly 2 months before the trial began. The trial took place in a small town in Tennessee called Dayton. Dayton had hard economic times and a dwindling population. Overnight, the trial attracted national attention, with major news reporters coming from all over the world. Jury selection began on July 10th. John Scopes' lawyer was Clarence Darrow, who was the biggest criminal lawyer at the time. William Jennings Bryan was defending the fundamentalists, and he led the prosecution. On July 13th, Darrow gave his speech on the constitutionality of the law. Scopes never denied breaking the law, he was only concerned about the constitutionality of the law. The trial climax was on July 20th and ended July 21st because William Bryan fell ill and died on July 26th in his sleep. Many think that the stress of the trial and the midsummer heat caused him to get sick. Scopes was convicted of violating the law and paid a $100 fine, which is equivalent to $2,000 today. Until the 60s, there was not much dispute over the teaching laws. The ACLU raised more money on the Scopes trial than any other case, or anything they've done before. The organization tried to find a different person to break the law, but because of the outcome of the Scopes trial, they couldn't find anyone willing to do it. However, in 1960, a teacher from Arkansas named Susan Epperson willingly tested the law. The case went to the Supreme Court, and the court unanimously decided that the law was unconstitutional. It violated the First Amendment of free speech. She won the case, but there was no witnesses during the trial, so it is not as recognized as the first case. The Butler Law was repealed in 1967. The Scopes monkey trial's legacy lives on today. It is now viewed as the start to America's culture wars. There has been a play called Inherit the Wind that is based on the trial. Evolution helps us understand new viruses, antibiotic resistance, human origins, and how plants and animals accommodate their environment. Without the Scopes trial, America today would not be the same. Today, the Scopes trial is recognized as a case that fought for science and the freedom of speech. But many forget and misunderstand the importance of the Epperson versus Arkansas case. The Epperson case removed the Butler Law, and it was a very important case for science and education. As the 100th anniversary of the Scopes trial just passed, it is important to reflect on how these two trials shaped America.